Shalom and welcome to Simchat Yisrael. This week's Parsha is a special reading from Leviticus describing how God commanded Israel to build sukkahs for themselves and live in them for 7 days as a reminder of their time dwelling in temporary shelters in the wilderness. This week's Parsha contains the answer to today's Torah trivia question. Ready for it? In all of Torah, what is the most difficult commandment to obey? Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel down below. This one is a little subjective. There are many mitzvot that are difficult to obey depending on your personality. Some people have a great deal of difficulty keeping the Shabbat. Sometimes it's easy to let the world creep in and take over what should belong to the Lord. Some people find it difficult to tithe. It takes a lot of faith to give those first fruits to God, but there never seems to be enough fruit to go around. I personally would have a hard time fulfilling the command to destroy the Amalekites completely and wipe out their existence from under heaven. Genocide sticks in my craw. But there is one mitzvah that I think is more difficult to obey than even all of these, and it's found in the maftir to this week's holiday Parsha. In Deuteronomy 16:15, we are told, "The Lord your God shall bless you in all the works of your hands. Therefore, you shall be joyful." With all the other 612 mitzvot, no matter how difficult or unpleasant they might be, or how much you don't want to do them, they are things that you can do. Even if I'm really busy, I can take Saturday off and dedicate it to the Lord. Even if I'm really stingy, I can tithe 10%. Even if I'm the most gentle pacifist in the world, the only thing really preventing me from picking up a scimitar and smiting an Amalekite is my aversion to the act. If I really had to, I could do it. But being joyful? That's different. Joy is not an action that you can take even if you don't want to. It's an internal state of being. Now, I can act joyful if I had to, but I can't just feel joy on command. The most useless advice that you can give to someone who's feeling depressed is, have you tried, not being depressed? If you change your frame of mind, you'd feel better. It doesn't work like that. Feelings aren't like a light switch that you can turn on and off. How can anyone, even God, command you to feel joy? Over the centuries, generations of rabbis have struggled with this question and have come up with answers that range from metaphysical to the mundane. But I think my favorite answer may be the simplest. In his commentary on Deuteronomy, Rashi explains that this passage is often mistranslated. While many have interpreted the Hebrew to say, "You must be joyful," a better reading would be, "You will be joyful." It's a simple change that completely transforms the meaning of the verse. God is no longer making a demand. He's making a promise. On Sukkot, God teaches us how to live in a state of joy. Sometimes people think, if only I had this or that, then I'd be happy. If only I'd made more money, or if I had that job, or I drove that car, then I'd be happy. We believe that happiness is something that's outside of us. But on Sukkot, God tells us to leave the comfort of our home and live in a little hut for a whole week. It doesn't seem like a joyful time. I don't have my comfy couch and air conditioning. All the comforts of my house are gone. But it's precisely here that we can tap into genuine joy. On Sukkot, we leave behind all the things that are cluttering up our lives and we focus on the things that truly make us happy. By leaving most of our comforts behind us, we remind ourselves that happiness is not outside of us, but right here inside. We remember the things that are the most valuable to us, things that money can't buy, our family and friends, our values and traditions. We leave behind the clutter and distractions, and we connect with God and what's really important. So if you're feeling stressed this year, and honestly, who isn't feeling stressed this year? I have some advice for you. Grab a chair and sit in the sukkah. Leave everything you're carrying at the entrance and just sit for a while in God's presence. Connect to what truly matters, and God will make you a promise. You will be joyful. Chag Sameach Sukkot. Shalom and thanks for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to visit simchatyisrael.org to learn more.